What's up, guys? This is Terrence Lewis with LewisHelps coming at you guys. Quick little video. I want to go over a few quick points, guys. I know a lot of people have some questions and trying to get involved in real estate, and they kind of want to understand how does credit play into the factor of investing in real estate. So I want to do a quick video, show you guys a little bit of the importance of credit as you're building your rental portfolio, or you're building your investment portfolio, or as you're executing your plan for investing in real estate. So I got a couple bullet points here we're going to talk about, and we're going to go over the importance of investing in real estate and how your credit can help. All right, guys, coming up right now. All right, guys, what's going on? Just here in the office, and I wanted to do a quick little video for you guys. I got some questions from some previous individuals that reached out to me about, how they had some questions about credit. Like, how does your credit affect your real estate business? I know a lot of people are being taught information about leveraging and using private money and hard money and different funding sources to obtain funding for their real estate deals, and so they're not really aware of what and why credit is of importance. And so I'm gonna just lay out a couple bullet points for you guys, things to kind of pre-think about from the other side of the investing world, from another individual that has flipped 5, 6, 7 properties at a time. And so I always refer to individuals and kind of explain to individuals how what are some of the biggest elements, the overall picture of investing in real estate. And so number one, I did put a video out on this as well about the 3 most important things that a person should consider or should be training their self on along with real estate education. And those others were your credit, but also taxes. And so a lot of people just don't realize how important that information is, because once you start making $20,000 a month, or once you start making a significant amount of funds in investing in real estate, there's other problems that come with it. And those are the things you need to know and be training yourself on before you get to those problems that you'll have. So today we're just going to talk about the credit aspect of things and kind of how those play into your business of investing in real estate. Okay, so number one, we'll just kind of dive right into it. With helping your with your credit, the biggest question is why, right? Like, why and what's the importance of credit? You always want to have great credit, but with having these big dreams and with having these huge goals of financial freedom and leveraging, the name of the game is leveraging, you're going to, even after repairing your credit or even after maintaining a good credit, you may get into a situation where a deal didn't go as planned. And so now your credit could be hindered, either because you maybe used credit cards or a personal loan to fund a deal, to provide the down payment down for a deal, and that deal didn't go as planned. Or you may have used some credit cards. And what tends to happen in those type of situations is it's not that you're not making the payments on time with those, it's that your credit can take a very big hit and lower your score because you're what's called over leveraged, right? So based off the stated amount of income that the credit agencies report you as being in this particular tax bracket, and because you're borrowing more than 50% of your available credit on your credit cards, and you're just completely over leveraged, your credit could take a very big hit. You may have even applied for several different type of loans to try to save a deal. So you might have budgeted a deal at $30,000, and now, boom, something happens. The planning and permitting department get involved, stretch your deal out to another 2 months. And then on top of that, they're requiring some reversing of the construction. Like, okay, we want you to tear this out, and now we want you to do these items. And so that can be a $5,000 or $10,000 hit that you may not have planned for. And so now you're reaching out to your credit card companies, and you're reaching out to personal loans and just other things to try to make that happen, to save or salvage this deal. And so that's just the life, man. That's just what it is. You have problems when you have baby money. You have baby money problems. When you have big money, you have big money problems. And so Just knowing that, you have to get into a mindset of understanding that you have to get familiar and comfortable with the uncomfortable, because as business owners, which you are now, you're in charge of making the tough decisions. And so you can get yourself, not saying that you're just a poor money management type of an individual, you just may be in a situation where you've got yourself into a situation that would lower your credit. So understanding credit and understanding that it's kind of like being in a trap you don't know you're in. If you don't educate yourself on credit, you can dive in and out of good and bad credit purposely, because you understand what you're doing. Like, okay, I'm going to use these credit cards, or I'm going to use these personal loans, or I'm going to leverage out a home equity line of credit on my personal property, or whatever it may be, knowing that my credit's going to take a little dive, but I'm going to refinance this, or I'm going to sell that property, pay that off, let the credit repair, and then utilize these other tactics or whatever it may be. So that's just kind of the synopsis of my thought process and ideas on credit, period. But what they can do is they can help with lending, right? So keeping your credit as you move forward with building this portfolio of a rental portfolio. Like myself, I like to buy properties, fix properties up and sell them, or buy, fix them up and keep them, and refinance them and restructure them. And I do what's called debt layering. And so for my strategies, I like to employ home equity line of credits. Well, typically home equity line of credits require a little bit higher of a credit score than a traditional mortgage. So you do need to be upwards of 700 typically to work with the home equity line of credit. And these vehicles are great for individuals that want to put, like what I'll do is I'll put a property on a treadmill. You know, the traditional mortgage has me scheduled to pay this property off in 30 years. Well, I'll put it on a treadmill, which means I'll put it on a home equity line of credit, and that home equity line of credit is a 10-year home equity line of credit. Well, in the rate that I'm paying off these low value properties under $100,000, that property is going to be paid off in 6 years. So, or I can restructure it later. But what I'll do, by what I mean by putting on a treadmill, is I'll have just an interest only loan. I'll pay only interest on that property, so I can maximize the cash flow and apply it to the property that I'm focused on at that time to be paid off. So that's one of the things that I employ. So they can help you having your credit, you having good credit can help you do things like that and help you manage and build your portfolio. It's only going to help you leverage and borrow money more. So definitely keep that in mind. Another great thing for having good credit is if you're in a position where you're like, man, I can't get, I can't get other investors to get involved with me to find money to bridge the gap between the hard money lender and the down payment required to get this flip, right? Which is what most people do in order to get involved in the flip. If they don't have the money, you find somebody that wants to fund the deal, the down payment, you have the hard money lender that's going to fund the deal, and you take a little piece of that, you split that up and you take a little piece of that. Well, by having good credit and saying, okay, well, if you're not really good at maybe you're not very good with your communication skills, you're not a people person, there's a lot of different things to overcome, which is why I teach people to build a team, because your team member should be able to help you do those things. You would find a team member that would complement your flaws, right? So that's why it's good always in real estate to kind of have a team environment, because you guys can put together a group or two people that can be the yin and yang, like help the other person where they lack. Okay, but by saying, you know what, I'm just going to focus on building my credit up, build your credit up. There are gap funding companies that will fund your deal, but it's more based off your credit. So I can help out with that a little bit more. I always give people the opportunity to reach out to me, leave comments below if you're looking for those type of lenders, or you're looking for hard money lenders, or you're looking for just anything pertaining to real estate investing. So I do respond to the individuals in my comment sections of the videos. So make sure you leave a comment, questions, or whatever it may be on that. And lastly would be home equity line of credits. Okay, we talked a little bit about the home equity line of credits, but I want to touch on that one just a little bit more, because they're very good vehicles to use. And I'll probably do another video specifically just on home equity line of credits, because there's a lot of pros and cons to home equity line of credits. They can really boost your business and really help you, give you the flexibility and the cash that you need to fund your next deals, or to leverage money, leverage properties, and using the tenants' money to make the payments on them, which is what I do. But you have to understand them in their entirety. But again, like I talked about before, your credit is important because that vehicle requires a higher FICO score. It requires a 700 plus FICO score. So, definitely take some time to go to annualcreditreport.com. Now, annualcreditreport.com, it's not freecreditreport.com. It's not getyourfreescore.com. Those domain names are individuals that have purchased that domain name and put a service that they charge behind that freecreditreport.com, right? So it doesn't mean it's a freecreditreport.com. It just means their domain name they own is freecreditreport.com, right? So the government's website, as individuals, we are in charge of our credit. So we are in charge to manage our credit, and the place to go to manage your credit is annualcreditreport.com. So by going to annualcreditreport.com, you can get a copy of your credit report and use that as your transcript to understand what's on your credit and to come up with a game plan, because you're reading and you're studying and you're looking at other YouTube videos and you're trying to figure out how this whole credit thing works. So that is where you go to get your credit report, and you'll be able to print that out and take a look at it and start dissecting it and start diving in. So similar to a business owner, and they want to open up a restaurant and they're studying different recipes and they're studying how to do their taxes and they're studying that's one of the things that comes with being a real estate investor. So hopefully this was helpful. Just a few different tips on credit, my thought process behind helping you build your business in real estate through proper credit management. Hopefully this was helpful, y'all. Don't forget to like, subscribe, thumbs up if you like the video, share it if you know anybody who wants to share it. And as always, I appreciate you guys rocking with me. This is Terrence Lewis with LewisHelps. I'm out. Peace.